Hello folks, in today's video we will discuss about a very interesting JavaScript concept, destructuring. So let's check it out. Here I have few variables. I have one items array with 5 items, Pokeball, Great Ball, Ultra Ball, Master Ball and GS Ball. I have gadgets 1 and 2 and I have some Pokemon trainers. So now in the items array, how can we get one specific item? So I can simply write like this, items, and then inside square brackets one specific index. If I write 0, I will get Pokeball. If I write 2, I will get Ultra Ball. If I write 3, I will get Master Ball and so on. However, in JavaScript, there is another way and a better way to write this. And we can write it simply like this. We can write const and we can write here a, or we can also write a comma b. And here we will assign the items. So now what are a and b? So let's log and check it out. So I will write console log a and console log b. So what we can see Pokeball and Great Ball. So that is this a and b, it is identifying itself as the first and second object in the items array. So if we write c, d, e over here and then simply print it out, c, d, e, what do we get? We get all 5 items. So now this A, B, C, D, E, we can also change the names to anything we want. So let's say last 3 we can do X, Y and Z and it will also work. We just have to log out accordingly and we get Ultra Ball, Master Ball and GS Ball. So the name really doesn't matter. What matters is this is identifying itself as the 5 objects in the items array. So this is what destructuring is. Basically we are breaking down the structure of the items array into 5 specific objects. So what happens if I add one additional object over here? So let's make it W and let's console log and find it out. So we can console log W and we are getting undefined because this array only has 5 items, it doesn't have 6. So that is how destructuring works. However, we can also use the rest operator instead of so many variables, and let's check how that works. So let me write a and I will write .b. Rest operator, if you want to know, I'll make a separate video on that. As of now, you can only know that it will basically list out all the remaining items in an array. So for A, we have Pokeball and for B, we have an array of Great Ball, Ultra Ball, Master Ball and GS Ball. So that is how it is working. And also using my destructuring, I can basically do another operation and that is swapping. So let's first check out the previous method of swapping, and that we used to do by creating one temp variable. So let's say I want to swap the gadgets 1 and 2. So I used to do was assigning gadget 1 to temp, and then in gadget 1 I will assign my gadget 2, and lastly in gadget 2 I will assign my temp. And now if I log out both the variables gadget 1 and 2, we will see that it is swapped. So now and this should be 2, not 2s. So as we can see, my gadget 1 has become Pokenav and my gadget 2 has become Pokedex. So it is swapped. So now we can basically swap this in one single line and we can do it like this. We can write gadget 2 comma gadget 1 equals to gadget 1 comma gadget 2. So it is showing the same result. So our swiping is done in one line only. So we are basically saving 2 lines. So that's how destructuring works for arrays. Now we will check how destructuring works for objects. So here I have one Pokemon trainers array with 3 objects with Pokemon trainers Wally, Gary and Lyra. So let's see how we can destructure objects. So first of all, I will create another const with trainer 1, trainer 2 and trainer 3 to basically break down this array, and I will assign Pokemon trainers. And now if I console log this trainer 1, what do I get? I get an object of Wally. So now let's destructure this one. So like we used to destructure arrays using square brackets, for objects we will destructure using the curly braces because objects are in curly braces. So now here we have name, Pokemon, town and age. So we will simply write name, Pokemon, town and age, and we will simply assign trainer 1 over here. And let's see what is my result. So I will console log name, then Pokemon, then town, and lastly age. And I get my following results, and that is Wally, Rolls, Petalburg City, and 12. So I can make it trainer 2, and accordingly I will get the results for Gary. So now what if I want to add something else over here? So let's say after age I want to add Gary's role, like what Gary is doing. So I can simply write it like this. Let's say Pokemon, he's professor's intern, right? So let's make it intern or something like that. And now let's console log role. And what do I get? I get my role as Pokemon intern. Now another thing here is I can also use aliases. So instead of name, let me simply write first name, and instead of Pokemon, let me write first Pokemon. And now I get an error because it no longer knows what is a name, and so instead of name I will write my first name, and instead of Pokemon I'll write my first Pokemon, because it also doesn't know what is Pokemon. So what I get, I again get an error because there is a mistake over here. Yeah, and I basically get the same results, and that is my name is Gary and my first Pokemon is Eevee. Yeah, so that is absolutely correct. So as you can see, these things are working just fine. Now lastly, another thing I need to show you, and that is how we can pass destructured array or destructured like objects into a function. So what I can do over here is, let's make another array, and let's simply name this array as 1 2 3. And now I will write a function over here, and let's name the function as add, and we will simply return a plus b plus c. And I have to add abc here over here. And is abc repeated? Yeah, abc is actually repeated, so I will make it x y z, x plus y plus z, and I will pass x y z over here. And so when I'm invoking this function, I have to pass something. So let's say I want to pass 4 5 and 6. So what happens over here? Okay, it's instead of return, let me simply log out x plus y plus z, x plus y plus z. So I get my sum as 15. So now instead of passing 4 5 6 like this, what I can simply pass is something like this. So instead of taking the array like this, it will take the array as x comma y comma z in destructured format, and here I will simply pass my array. So as you can see, the result is 6. So I can make it anything I want, and it will simply return the sum. So let's make it 10 15 and 20. So it returns 45, the sum. And similarly I can also destructure arrays. So let's say I'm making another function of let's say trainer info, and I want to pass few things over here, and that will be in destructured format. Let's say I want to pass a town and age. Okay, and now what I want to log out is, I basically want to log out the town and age. That's it. And let's invoke this function trainer info, and you have guessed it correctly that what I will pass over here is basically my trainer 2 or trainer 1 or anything. Let's pass trainer 1, and what do we see? We see that the town and age, town is Petalburg City and age is 12, and that is coming from my trainer 1, that is Wally. So let's also pass a name, and we will pass a name and Pokemon, and let's see what is my result. And the result will be as expected, Pokemon. Okay, let's only log out 3. So I get my Pokemon as Waltz, city as Petalburg City, and age is 12. So that is how we can basically use destructuring to pass arguments to a function also. Yeah, so that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.